might be the first time in 20 years I've ridden on this side of the car. I don't know if I've ever sat in the passenger seat of this thing.
I can't think of me ever driving it when you're over there.
And I don't even have a beard.
What's the bag?
Exactly 61 miles an hour, holding up traffic. It's windier than hell still. And we can't roll the windows up because there's no window cranks. There's no gas gauge. And there's no speedometer. We'll see you in Tennessee. This old junk again reminds me of all the stuff that was wrong with it and why it got marked so many years ago. The temp gauge is still running, the motor's still running 170 degrees. It's still probably only about 70 degrees outside, but it's about 80 million degrees inside the car because all the damn heat's coming off of the manifold and blowing underneath the dash. I'm starting to get back sweat in this thing and it's not even hot out. I hate it when people exaggerate, but it is 80 million degrees in this car right now. Back sweat, swamp ass, it's all set in.
Tennis shoes are melting to the floor.
Yes, my feet are on fire. I don't think this car needs a heater.
Just a fan.
Just a fan. I thought I got all the holes plugged in the firewall, but I guess that's what I get for thinking. Brutal. I only got 2 hours and 46 minutes left for today's track. Running about 175 now. Hopefully we don't get caught in any traffic. This is why you bring zip ties with you. This bolt for the top of the radiator. Sight shield. Top of the support. We lost the bolt and the radiator is moving around, so we'll zip tie that down and hope the hell this thing stays in one spot. Weird. Well, we made it the first 100 miles here. Got to stop one. Got 12 miles of the gallon on this thing, which I'm surprised at. Belts are still in place and everything is going good so far. I'm shocked. So hopefully it keeps going in this direction. guys, stop number 2. We're in a little town called Morgan, Minnesota. Let's put some fuel on, taking a pit stop. It is brutal hot in that thing right now. It's probably only 75 degrees outside, but the heat coming off of the exhaust manifolds is blowing right on our feet. But we're still getting 12.6 miles a gallon, so that's not all bad. Never named some of these towns in South Minnesota. I don't know. Kirkhofen, Clontarf. Weird names. Everything's looking good. We said 14.5 miles a gallon on this last stretch. Our quick mechanic shop fix here. We are ASE certified mechanics, as you can tell. Holding that radiator in place. I lost a little piece I had in here, and a bolt rattled out, and somewhere in Minnesota on the road. So we just zip dyed it in. Everything else is looking good. 14.5 miles a gallon on that stretch. Yeah. Day 1's in the books. I don't even, what the hell's the name of this town? Forest something, Iowa.
Sarah asked me, I forgot.
We're somewhere in Iowa. We're not that far from the Minnesota border, honestly. We got 12.5 miles a gallon on 2 fill-ups and 14.5 miles a gallon on the final fill-up. So not a horrible gas mileage. Temps were good all day. I mean, I was impressed. I thought it did pretty good all damn day. If we do this 2 more times, we'll be back in Tennessee. So it's time to go find a beer, and then another beer, and then another beer, and some food. Morning of day number 2. We're somewhere in Iowa. We went from almost 90-degree temps yesterday, getting baked out of this car, to it is 50 degrees out right now. And I am still tired. I maybe had 1 or 2 Captain Morgan's too many last night. It's hard to say. Just going over the car, checking oil, checking fluids. Hoping that it does as good today as it did yesterday. As you can see, this thing is crusty. But we'll see what happens here today. It's supposed to stay a little bit cooler. Temps ran about anywhere from 175 to 190, which is pretty typical on this thing yesterday. I'm still shocked at the gas mileage we got. But it's supposed to get into the 80s by the time we hit Missouri. So, should be pretty smooth sailing all day. Alright, I'm honestly kind of shocked. It drank more than a quart of oil. That was 310 miles. That doesn't bring me a warm, fuzzy feeling by any sense of the imagination. I hope it doesn't take 2 quarts of oil or we got something wrong. It's not puffing blue smoke, and it's not leaking on the ground. So that's interesting that it ate that much oil. We got 700 miles left, 2 days to do it in. We'll see how much we can get banged out. We're trying to make today a long day and tomorrow a short day, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Coming, or did you?
No, I'm moving it down to Tennessee.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. Well, she started, so that's a good sign. We got 60 pounds of pressure. Alright, we just did the math. 564 miles into, I'm going to say, close to a 1,100 mile trip, so I'm going to say we're over halfway there. The wind is finally behind us, and we're blowing us damn near off the road every day for the last, well, yesterday. We're doing 60 miles an hour in a 65 mile an hour zone, so everybody loves this. Alright, we are on gas stop, I don't even know, 3 or 4. Air shocks are banging pretty hard. We cannot find air any place with big enough pump. We need about 120, 150 pounds to get air in these air shocks, so she's sagging bad. There's no air left in them. It's running good. Got 14.5 miles a gallon on this stretch, but it started dieseling when I shut it off when we got here, so I don't know what we got going, if carburetor's starting to screw up or if the distributor has worked its way in I don't know what's going on. It's never dieseled on me ever in the 20 years I've owned it, so we will see how it's going to start here. Hopefully it doesn't start hard and doesn't pose a problem. Only got about 130 miles left to where we want to get to for the day, so we're damn near there. Well, started right up. Seems like it's running fine.
It fired right up for me.
We'll find out. Alright, morning of day 3, getting ready to go. It's only 288 miles left. She tanks. Everything else looks fine. We had some issues yesterday with dieseling problems when we shut it off. So I don't know if the timing advanced or not sure why it was starting to do that. We're going to try and tighten up the distributor. Make sure that isn't scrolling around on us. Hopefully there's a tire shop next door. We can get some air in the suspension because it is sitting as low as it could possibly sit. It would be better with 100 pounds of air in the air shocks. So 288 miles through some Missouri hill country. I've driven this stretch before. It's beautiful country. We're in a little town called Troy, Missouri. Found a nice little dive bar last night. And yeah, we don't have much left to go, and we will be back in Tennessee, so we'll see. 288 miles left out of 1,100. I think we can do it. Now we're somewhere in Missouri, and just got off the phone with the wife. The air conditioner in the house crapped out. That's a $2,000 bill, and the alternator just took a shit. So we got O'Reilly's down the road, half mile. Hopefully we can limp it over there, but it sounds like the bearing on the front of the alternator just died. It sounds like holy hell, so That's going to be an issue. Alternators are not supposed to make that sound. What time is it? 11 o'clock in the morning? I'm ready for a beer. So as we sit here for 2 hours waiting for an alternator to show up, are you questioning your life's decisions?
Yes.
Trust me too. Here we are 2 hours later. Alternator finally showed up. So it's charging, it's running, it's complete. We're gonna get back to Tennessee now. No more breakdowns, no more issues. It's beer 30 already. That was 2 hours of waiting around for this part to show up. Simple fix, but pain in the ass when nobody apparently has parts for a 1968 Pontiac LeMans / GTO / Tempest. Nobody had alternators for it, nobody had belts. That's crazy to me that these parts stores don't carry more of this stuff, but whatever, we should be back on the road here shortly.
It's been one of those days. Can't you see it written on my face? I just don't really care anymore about the shit that's going on outside my door. I think I'll stay inside today and not worry about the things that I can't change.
Alright, we are back on the road. And we're in some little hodunk town in Missouri still. We're charging, we got oil pressure. We're sweaty. Kind of pissed off that we got to wait 3 hours for a alternator, but at least we realized it while we were in a town and not out in the middle of nowhere. This town is full of used-to-be's and wannabes. Everybody that saw us broke down was telling us about how they want a GTO or used to have one, so nobody wanted to trade us even up for this pile of shit, so. Alright, we need to get on some highway here. 170 degrees, thermostat open back up. And the whole while back in Tennessee, my wife is dealing with an AC system that crapped out, and it looks like I'm putting a brand new AC system in the house. So it's an expensive morning. Alternators, AC units, and little to no happiness. We're literally only 85 miles into the day. It's 1:15. We are 3 hours behind, and now I can feel a weird vibration starting in the steering wheel. Something's going wrong. Something's going haywire in the front end of this thing. Is it seriously only 25 miles an hour speed limit here? Yep. It can't be. I get pulled over. I don't know. I guess apparently after 800 miles, this thing is starting to fall apart. We literally have 204 miles left till we're back, till we're at my house. Well, we haven't made quite a determination yet, but I believe we blew the rear diff. Listen to this when I crawl under here. We are 200 miles exactly from the house. Oh yeah. It doesn't sound like there's any.
It's hollow and empty. I thought the same thing.
Alright, we might be dead in the water. We ain't going anywhere. Well, we are pretty much screwed. We are in a little town called Farmington, Missouri. Started having some weird vibrations, and then it started clunking real bad, and pulled over to check it out, and the rear diff is done. Rear diff is the axles are messed up, or the ring and pinion gear, or something let loose back there. So trying to find a place to put this thing, trying to find a car to rent. Just basically, we're only 200 miles from my house. Rent a car, go home, get my pickup and trailer, put the rental car back on the trailer, bring it back to the Enterprise rent-a-car place, pick this piece of crap up and get it home. We are officially not going to make it home with it, so. Well, we did it. We traded the Pontiac for a Toyota Corolla just to get home. Well, this is how the journey ends, I guess. And we did not get the car home. We are in Pontiac, I think I'm saying that correctly, Pontiac, Missouri. We rented a Toyota because the rear end went out on this thing. It's gonna need a ring and pinion or something. I don't know. The rear end is garbage. The axles are not good. It's just not going to make it any farther. So after screwing around for the last 3 hours, we rented a car. We're going to run back to Tennessee, drink excessive amounts of alcohol, get up in the morning, come back with my pickup and trailer and grab this thing. This gentleman that owns this business is nice enough to let us just put it in the shop for the night. I even tried to hand him some money. He wouldn't take it, so I stuffed it in his toolbox. I can't say enough about these people. That's pretty awesome. He didn't even want any money for this. They even gave us a ride 26 miles down the road to get a rental car, but yeah, this is how the journey ends, I guess. Till tomorrow when we pick it up with the trailer, and that's it. That's all she wrote. Well, this wasn't supposed to go into day 4, but here we are on day 4. In my pickup with the trailer on the back, heading back to Pontiac, Missouri to pick up the convertible because it didn't make it. Catastrophic failure yesterday. It basically sounded like the rear end, the rear differential just disintegrated into pieces. Started shuddering real bad. I thought it was something in the front suspension, but I was wrong. So we got enough to get it back up on a trailer and take it home. That's official. We gonna do the last 200 miles here. Not the way I wanted to do the last 200 miles, but at least we'll get this thing back to Tennessee. So yeah, all in all, fun trip right up till it wasn't.
Forget my name, forget my face. Slice it any way you like it, girl. The pieces don't fall in place. I'm not meant for you, you're no good for me. I've been chained down for too long, but now I've got the key. I don't want you to be another bad habit. I know you want my love and I don't think you should have it. I'm sorry to say I don't feel the same. All you've been for me is just another big mistake. Not the girl of my dreams, I'm lying here awake. I'm sorry to say I don't It's the end of our days.